You probably want some compliments from your fragrance, right? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you 7 fragrances that are guaranteed to give you some compliments come this summer. Unless you're some troll-like goblin who doesn't take care of themselves. No shade to anyone out there that doesn't get compliments, but chances are with these 7, you will get a heavy amount of compliments. And let's waste less time. Let's get into it. Now, if you're typically in a place like a northern state that's really cold in the winter, these might not pass for something that you can wear year-round, but if it happens to be like 75 to 80 degrees where you are when it comes to be summer and spring, these would be appropriate for there. And a couple of them would break through that spring cold day if need be. So, number 7 goes to, first of all, who wants to guess why I put 7 on the most compliment attractive fragrance list? 7's a lucky number, y'all. Anyways, number 7 is Lacoste Blanc, a grapefruit white floral fragrance that is going to be uplifting as hell when you put it on. And one key to confidence is being someone who is approachable, someone who is easy to talk to. Just because you smell good doesn't mean somebody's going to walk up to you and say, hey, you smell nice. Like I said, if you're a goblin, if you're covered up with a hoodie on and you're just headphones in, why would anyone come up to you and tell you you smell good? But this fragrance creates a certain amount of confidence, in my opinion, that is necessary, not necessary, but is helpful when it comes to getting compliments. This one has gotten me countless amount of compliments. It's telling that this is at number 7 on my list, guys. And again, this is a grapefruit white floral fragrance, which they did just release a like Jeremyville version of this that is like an artistic version. I don't know if it's like an actual like new version of it or if it's just like a collector's edition of it, but I kind of want to pick it up just to see, but I'll be very disappointed if I get it and it's the same thing. So for right now, number 7 is Lacoste Blanc. And number 6 on this list goes to one that is pretty much going to be my all-time favorite for summer because it is compliment, it's somewhat loud. The only thing about it is that it doesn't last quite as long as it wanted to last. And if you've been here for a while, I've talked about this one a lot, and chances are if you're a fan of this line, you've gotten your nose on this one. If not, I highly suggest checking this one out. Number 6 goes to L'Homme Ultime. But y'all, this is a fresh, spicy ginger rose fragrance, y'all. This is attractive, this pulls in compliments, this pulls in everything that you want from a fragrance, in my opinion. I also enjoy getting compliments because who doesn't like smelling good, you know? And this is also very heavy with the grapefruit opening, like the Lacoste Blanc. But to me, this one has a bit more of a punch from the ginger. And for the attractiveness, you're gonna want that extra zing that comes from this. And again, guys, that is L'Homme Ultime. And number 5 on this list goes to one of the most powerful, fresh aquatic fragrances, probably the strongest fresh aquatic fragrance that I have in my collection. It goes to Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. For me, this fragrance has filled rooms. It's garnered me countless amount of compliments. Literally, I've not found a single girl that does not like that scent on me. It's gotten me numbers, dates, and everything. But like I said, the key to these fragrances and getting compliments is having confidence. Without that, you won't get any of this. But like I said, this is a very sharp fragrance. It's very bright, but it's very sharp. It almost gives off a somewhat of a dirty marine note, but the lemon, the aquaticness in this is just so pleasant. Like I said, it's probably hands down the strongest fresh fragrance I have in my collection. And so you guys can see it again as Light Blue Intense. And number 4 on this list, we're gonna switch lanes just a little bit. We're gonna go with a bit of a sweeter fragrance here. We're gonna go with one that is still kind of aquatic. It still has that marine aspect to it. That's why I think it's still pretty good for the spring or for the summertime in terms of being an attractive compliment getting fragrance. It goes to Aqua di Gio Absolu. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the sweet notes that are in these fragrances that reach across the room that garner those, hey, you smell good, hey, you smell nice. Now with Aqua di Gio Absolu, there is an alternative here. If you are a bit of a more mature kind of person, it could be Aqua di Gio Perfume, which is arguably even better than the original, which I think is on par with this. The Aqua di Gio Absolu just works better in the climate where I am. So in the warmer weather, I would absolutely say go with Aqua di Gio Absolu over the Perfume, and absolutely over the Profondo. And for number 3, we're coming in with the heavy hitters, y'all. Coming in with the ones that will get you compliments year round, but they perform so well in the warmer weather. These are the 3 most attractive fragrances that I have in my collection. Number 3 goes to Dior Sauvage EDP. The fresh, spicy citrus. I wore this last night with my pineapple Demeter, y'all, and I swear to God, that combination is amazing. Every unit I went on to, I swore it smelled nice. Shout out to my coworkers. Shout out to Ashley, Alex, and Josie. And guys, the Sauvage EDP lasted me so long. This is a very long-lasting fragrance. If you want something that you can just toss on and it'll be worn off in a couple hours, it's not one to go with. But if you're wanting to smell attractive all day long and have people come to you and compliment you pretty much all day long, there you go. Sauvage EDP. Hence why I've worn this so many times. It's great for working 12-hour shifts, honestly, because it will last you 12 hours of the day. And you'll be getting compliments well into 10 hours, 10, 12 hours wearing it. And number 2 goes to one that's just slightly better in the sense of quality, in my opinion. I do prefer the scent of the EDP, but the compliment factor of this is greater than the Sauvage due to the fact that some people get kind of offended by Sauvage in that DNA. But the mass amount of people do enjoy it, but there is a small portion of people that kind of get offended by how sharp it can be. Number 2 goes to Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Now, having said number 2, I don't mean the Bleu de Chanel line. I don't mean EDT. I don't mean the EDP. What I mean here is literally the Parfum version. It sits close to the skin. It's a bit more mature. The opening is more well-rounded than the EDT, than the EDP, in my opinion. Probably you watching this prefer the EDP over the Parfum, but I personally just rather smell like this. Like I might wear this tonight, just because I will be working in the hospital, and this does sit pretty close to the skin after a few hours. But the fruity opening in this is what's really appealing. It brings people in. It makes me happy when I smell it. All the way into the dry down, it's just really, really nice. And it's also a great compliment getter. My coworker Laurel, I show her all of my fragrances when I bring them into work. This has been her favorite out of probably 100 different fragrances that I've had her smell. She said that it's the quality, the sexiness of it. I kind of cringe at the word sexy when it comes to referring to fragrances, but it tends to be what is the selling point. A lot of these is that they're sexy, but like I said, I just kind of cringe. And to number 1. Number 1 is going to be a blanket of a type of fragrance. It's going to be a vintage cologne, but not your normal, this kind of like Club Dini Winches man. I'm suggesting you go with a fruit heavy opening vintage cologne, kind of like Rebel. Now, I'm not saying go with Rebel, but I am saying that this is the style fragrance that I'm referring to. Kind of like how with Poseidon's Elixir 2.0, you have that pineapple heavy in the opening. Even though the dry down this is much different than this is, this style DNA is going to be a mega hit when it comes to be the warmer weather. And while trying to avoid these overly smoky batches, overly smoky clones. Because in the dead heat of summer, no one's going to want to smell that, in my opinion. But guys, that is that. I hope you have enjoyed this short video. I'm beyond excited to give these ones some wear, especially when this summer, when everything opens back up. It's going to be a lot of fun. But guys, like I always say, keep it gent and love your scent, and I will see you all next time.